Okay, Doug Liman's back for another motion picture. I enjoyed The Bourne Identity. I enjoyed Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And I even enjoyed Edge of Tomorrow with both Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt a whole lot. But this movie, not so much, unfortunately. Let me explain as to why. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing Jumper, starring aimless David Rice, played by Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars prequel trilogy. Well, more specifically, the two latter movies in the trilogy, rather. Hayden Christensen, who has the ability to instantly transport himself to anything he can imagine. He uses that gift to globetrot, living on money he steals by jumping into bank vaults. He's captured by the evil Roland Cox, played by Mace Windu, also from the Star Wars prequels, and also as Nick Fury from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Samuel L. Jackson, who knows how to keep David from jumping. David escapes and reunites with his high school crush, Millie, played by Rachel Bilson, then forms an alliance with a fellow jumper, whose name also sounds like my name, except my name ends with a YN and not an IN, Griffin, played by Jamie Bell, and prepares for Mortal Kombat with Cox. And no, I'm not talking about the video game series Mortal Kombat, but you know what? In this review, I'll let you have that joke that you can make down below in the comments. And you might as well make memes out of this movie, because this is the first Hayden Christensen movie where the main character gets on my last nerve. And him being accused of stealing money from a bank, I think is accurate. Roland Cox might as well be the true hero of the story, because his reasoning of David Rice stealing money, I think should be addressed more. But nope, the movie does not want to meet me halfway and decides to go in a completely opposite direction, instead of what this movie should make me feel about it. In terms of how they executed the story, I haven't even read the novel that this movie is based off of, but if the people were complaining that this movie did not follow elements from the book, I can totally see why. As a movie itself, in terms of its character development, I feel like the writers of this movie didn't even study how the characters should be properly developed. If you do want to make a movie that involves one individual teleporting from location to location with no understanding on how to use it, play around with it. Make it into a sci-fi fantasy adventure movie where the main character stumbles upon this teleportation power and has no clue on how to use it, and have a mentor type character teach him the ways of teleportation and make him use it to his advantage to stop an evil force that's on the brink of world domination, or at least something like that, instead of this lame teen rom-com type of plot. Sure, it might not be an Oscar-worthy story to release in the entertainment industry, but for fans of sci-fi like me, that could work. Just have fun with your concept. But you know what? I'm not that surprised at this point. It's Hollywood after all. They just like to appease a teen demographic and not try on the story or the characters whatsoever. Even when they tried to display how emotionally tragic the relationship between Millie and David is in this movie, I feel like the writers of this movie do not know how to write real toxic relationships well. I've been in a situation where the relationship with couples can be pretty toxic and emotional for me, and the way they are fighting with each other, it makes it heartbreaking for me to handle. But in this movie, the way I'm watching their chemistry, I just don't care if they end up together or if they break up. They're not well-written characters. They're not well-written or emotionally impactful scenes. So whoever wrote the screenplay for this movie, they need to take another lesson in film class on how to develop the characters in a movie properly. Because this movie is not having it. I don't even give a damn about their relationship anyhow. I'm sorry, that's just the way life is. Let's move on. Also, the CGI in this movie looks lame to watch. I mean, the practical effects don't look that bad, actually. Anything practical or filmed on locations in a movie like this makes it worth watching. It's just that when it comes to the effect of teleporting from one place to another, those effects look cheap to me. What they should have done is that they should have taken a page from one of the Lord of the Rings movies, where the effect of using the ring to turn yourself invisible and teleporting from one place to another should have this realistic effect to it. Like, take a look at this scene from the Fellowship of the Ring, for example. See what I mean? There was a moment like that in Fellowship of the Ring where that effect felt realistic. Sure, you can have the effect of him teleporting from one location to the other throughout this whole damn movie, but make it not only effective, but at least clean the effect up a little bit, why don't you? But hey, if you want to show off how you can develop your unique use of teleportation in this movie, then fine, whatever. Do whatever the hell you want. You may not win any fans, but if that's the approach you want to take, have fun while it lasts. Now, if I want to touch on some of the good things in this movie, there's really not that much to discuss about. But I personally thought the action sequences were okay. I mean, in terms of the movie's use of camera work and cinematography, the excessive use of shaky cam makes it really hard to see. But whenever there's a sequence where the teleportation comes into play, it's okay to look at. It's not like it's leaving me pumped inside my inner core and speculating on what the action scene will come next afterwards. I was just all like, it's fine. It could have been a lot worse. However, Doug Liman's direction coaching in this movie, I thought was good. Not great, not Oscar worthy, but good. But I've seen Doug Liman coach his actors and actresses way better in his other works that I personally have reviewed previously, more than I could with this borefest. But the actors and actresses came to do their job and I give them credit for it. Such a shame that they have to work with a lame script. But they tried their best and I give them props for it. Hopefully you guys get a massive paycheck afterwards. You're gonna need it a whole lot. But other than that, guys, in the end, I thought Jumper was not Doug Liman's best work. Despite the action sequences being okay to look at and the acting performance tolerable to sit through, I still thought the writing was lame, the execution was terrible, the character development misplaced, and the CG effects in this movie were really cheap to look at. This movie was also super predictable as well. I almost forgot to talk about that. I knew where this movie was going, like the whole liar revealed scene and the character's backstory, and I also knew not only how it's gonna end, but also how anticlimactic the ending was. So what's the damn point of taking this movie seriously anyway? So as a result, I rate Jumper a 2.5 stars out of 5. I would rather watch Hayden Christensen play Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars prequels, rather than see him as a guy with teleporting powers or whatever. Just don't watch this movie. It's not worth it. So Jumper, you've seen it, right? Well, let me know in the comments what's a movie that you saw either recently or a few years ago that had a clever concept and they just squandered it big time. I would love some answers about that down below, please. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on my Instagram page and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if there's a rare chance that you are interested in doing so, there's a little join button down below the video, just right next to the subscribe button. If you click on it, not only will you join my YouTube membership program, but you'll also have access to loyalty badges, custom-made emojis that I created for myself, early access to upcoming reviews, and a special shout out from yours truly. So if that's something you're into, click on the little join button down below this video and become a member. It doesn't cost you much. It only costs about $2.99 a month to join. So make sure you click on that button and you'll become an OG Cinedroid in no time. Also, I set up a Patreon page for you guys to check out as well. There'll also be a link in the description so that way you can visit my page and gain access to up to 4 membership tiers. On my page, I post reviews a week early before you get to see them posted on this channel. I'm also planning to do nerdy fan polls, book audio reviews, and I'm also planning to do full-length movie commentaries and TV show episode commentaries, both audio and visual, on my page as well. So if that's your cup of tea, if you guys are interested, go to the link below, become a patron, and let's get to know each other a bit more. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card in the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. Also, if you want to subscribe to my GS Productions After Dark channel where I review movies, TV shows, and video games that are strictly not for families, there will also be a link in the description so that way you can check out that channel if you're feeling frisky. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.